Mic checker, chicka chicka chicka. It's not son, baby. Yeah, a one time, baby. What for your mind, baby? Yeah, we gon' shine, baby. And what we do, we gon' grind, baby. Yeah, what? And this is another episode, so of Swingers After Dark. And this is your host, not son, baby. Here we go. Single males and a swing lifestyle get a bad rap. And a lot of that is for a good reason. A lot of dudes, they think that just because they paid a little donation to enter a swing party, that means they're entitled to have sex. They're entitled to bust a nut. They're entitled to get that pussy. And that's far from the truth. I always tell people that, going to a swing party, that doesn't guarantee you anything. That doesn't guarantee you sex. Because some people come to swing parties just to, catch up with some old friends or make new friends, make connections, network, or watch people have sex. Because you do have people who get off on voyeurism. And also, since the integration of BDSM into swinging, you have people who are into the BDSM, the kink part of the swing lifestyle. A lot of people in the BDSM, they don't want to be mixed in. They don't want to be grouped together with swingers, but hey, it's like a blurred line now because a lot of people who are into BDSM, they're also swingers. So you have a lot of variations or variables rather that will allow you to see for yourself that everybody who go to swing parties, they don't want to fuck. And a lot of single males, they think that just because they paid a lot of money, they're entitled to pussy. And I always tell people that swinging is not the same as prostitution. Like when you go to a brothel, when you like hit the track, hit the strip, you're guaranteed sex because you're paying for pussy directly. When you go to a swing party, you're not paying for pussy. It's the interest to the party. It's not an interest fee because a fee means you're paying for something. It's a donation because a lot of party promoters, they might have paid for like spoons and forks and the DJ and security and the venue and the food and the drinks and the bartenders. You have to put a lot of money to throw a party, to host an event, especially at a hotel. So you're not paying for sex. You're paying for the event itself. You understand me? And a lot of single dudes, they have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. Like when you're a couple, you're going to think twice about doing some fuck shit. You're going to think twice about being sloppy because you have a mate when you're in a committed relationship. I'm not talking about having a bullshit ass door date. You bring a chick who you don't give a fuck about, or you just fucking this broad and she's not your main squeeze. Like a lot of couples, they have something to lose. So they're not going to break code. They're not going to, they're going to move with proper etiquette. Because they want to treat others like they would treat their own relationship. You feel me? That's why a lot of promoters are comfortable with couples and not single men. Because single men think that the swing lifestyle is a free-for-all. And it's not. It's like a lot of people have this misconception that the swing lifestyle is a 24-hour orgy. And it's not. It's like nowadays, a swing lifestyle party, it's like a glorified meet and greet. Like you probably won't see any fucking until like 4 a.m., like 3 a.m. Because people want to drink and smoke before they want to get that nut. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like, if you need to drink and smoke in order to have sex, then maybe the swing lifestyle is not for you. Like when you go to a party, you should be on go. And that's not me to say that you should fuck any and everything moving, because I'm sure you have your so-called standards and your taste. But at least have like the intentions to get it in, the intentions to bust that nut, the intentions to drop them draws. Or if you're not wearing draws, at least spread eagle. Have the intentions to spread eagle. But it's like a lot of single males, they get a bad rap. Because sometimes when you go to a swinging party, nobody want to see a bunch of dudes like standing in a hallway, being like vultures and scavengers, like touching on women without permission, without having a conversation first. It's like they're savage with it. It's like they line up in a hallway like it's a fucking high school hallway. Like at a hotel party, they line up in a hallway and they just touch any random chick who walks by. And that's why a lot of single males, they get a bad rap. And also it's like let's say, and this happened to me a few times, like if I'm in a session in a playroom, if I'm in a fuck section, I don't want a random dude just coming up in my session whip his dick out in front of my playmate. Like he's hovering over this chick with his dick out, waiting for his dick to get sucked. And I'm like, bruh, you didn't even ask if you want to join into my session. They think, well, just because this chick is fucking, that gives them the green light to jump in my session. And I'm liable to slap the shit out of you or cuss you out because you're disrespecting not only my session, you're disrespecting me and my play partner. It's like just because she's fucking me, that doesn't mean she want to get it in with you. And that most definitely doesn't mean that she wants to see your dick in her face. But a lot of dudes, they have no etiquette. They have no code. They have no chill. They don't give a fuck. And that's why a lot of single males get a bad rap. It's like when you're having sex with somebody in the playroom, you don't want like dudes circling around you like a bunch of sharks fondling their dick. It's like you don't want to, like, it messes up your concentration when you have a lot of dudes circling you like sharks playing with their dick. It's like you could be knee deep in a pussy. You could be like fucking the shit out of this broad. And the next thing you know, you look to your left and your right, and in front of you and even behind you, it's like dudes just like beating off. They're not even giving you 3 feet. They're like, listen, if I extend my arms and I could touch you, that means you're too fucking close. You shouldn't be next to me or close to me to the point where I could touch you. And you should be quiet to where that I don't know that you're there. You understand me? And I really can't blame, I can't put all the blame on single males. I can't put all the blame on single males because you have a lot of party promoters. They don't give a fuck about who walked through them doors. They don't give a fuck about that. They don't give a damn about vetting. A lot of people are not vetted. It's like they don't care about who walked through them doors. It's like a lot of party promoters, they use swing lifestyle parties to pay their rent, to pay their bills. And what you do with your money is not my business. I don't have a problem with rent parties. What I have a problem with is that you're allowing, if you're a party promoter, you're not supposed to allow any and everybody into your parties. And I say all that to say, you could charge a dude $100, $150, $200 to enter your events, to enter into your parties, but it doesn't mean anything if that person is not vetted. I get it, price placement will weed out the riffraff, but at the end of the day, it's not a single male issue. It's not even a price issue. It's a vetting issue. You have to know who are stepping into your domain. You understand me? You have to know these things. And a lot of party promoters, they want to have their cake and eat it too. They want the money and they want the behavior, the proper behavior to go along with that money. But if you're just allowing any and everybody into your parties, then what difference does that make? Every dollar It's not a good dollar. And it's like, you have a lot of couples who are messy. You have a lot of couples who come to swing parties. They want to get into fights and domestic issues because they don't have their rules in order. They don't have their foundation solid, and they bring their bullshit from the house into the parties. So everything is not on a single male. Like shit, you have single females who act a fool because a lot of single females, they feel like they're entitled to do anything because they're allowed to come to parties for free, or they only pay like a $10-15 donation. So the entitlement goes both ways. Single males, they feel entitled to have sex, and single females feel like they're entitled to do anything without any accountability. They entitled to talk to somebody's man or woman in a couple without consulting with the significant other. Or you have a lot of single females, they feel like they can smoke all the weed or drink all the drink and eat all the fucking food without partaking in the activities. When I say activities, I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about like the games. Like promoters, they may have like card night, or you may play Jenga or something, you know, or any parties that the promoters may have on the agenda, or even a theme. They don't even want to dress up for the fucking theme. You know, they want to get over like a fat rat. So at the end of the day, it's not even about single males, even though swinging originally was meant for couples. Like the single males came later. First, it was about single couples. First, it was about couples, you know, the couple swapping mates. Then they brought in the single female to add a little spice to the session. Then later on, they added the single male, or the bull. A bull is a single male who's well endowed. So you may have a wife who don't want to swap. She just want to fuck a bull. And then you have a lot of single males, they're fucking wives and girlfriends, you know? And that's how the dynamic of the single female and the single males came into the lifestyle, because every couples don't want to swap. Every couple don't want to do a wife swap. You have couples who want to play with single males and females. So every dynamic is different. So at the end of the day, it's not about whether single males are fucking up the parties. It's about catering to a certain demographic that you want to attract so you can weed out the riffraff. If you want classy people, promote to classy people. If you want ratchetness, promote to ratchetness. People who are ratchet and who have no code of conduct or etiquette whatsoever. And party promoters set the tone. Event planners set the tone. It's not about the price, it's about the presentation. It's not about whether somebody is single males or single females or couples. It's about the presentation. And not for nothing, like, you want a balance. You want a balance of couples, of single females and single males, because nobody wants a sausage fest. But you want a balance. Like, you want a good enough amount of couples, and you want more single females than single males, because single females could go both ways. They fuck men and women. And a lot of single males, they're heterosexual. You know? So, and that dynamic that I just described, you want an equal number of couples and more single females than single males. You know, so you can have a harmonious ecosystem of a swing party or a swing event. And it's not about like whether you should ban the single males, because a lot of couples love single males, particularly wives and girlfriends. They want to fuck single men. They don't want to do the wife swap, because a lot of couples are messy as shit. And that's why single males shouldn't get all the bad rap, because a lot of couples, they don't have their shit in order. Their home life is fucked up, and they're just as bad as the single males, because a lot of couples think they're entitled to single women. So it's an entitlement issue at the end of the day. And that's why couples, singles, need to be vetted by group owners, party promoters, and event planners to weed out the riffraff who have no business at the event. And on that note, this has been another episode of Swingers After Dark, and this is your host, Not Son, baby. Check out my website at www.notsonblaze.com. That's www.nahsunblaze.com, and check out my ebook, You, Me, Us, Them. The Swinging Manifesto is on Nook, Kindle, iBooks, Google Play. Go get it. Shoot me an email at swingpodcast@gmail.com. That's swingpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up with any questions or concerns that you may have. Rate, share, subscribe, and comment on this podcast. Dig. And on that note, until next time, peace.